Los Angeles, California. Since the turn of the century and the birth of sound recording and motion pictures, the entertainment industry has made this city its home. With more record companies, more TV and radio stations, and more recording facilities and film studios than any other city anywhere, Hollywood is Mecca for the professional musician. It is here that the Musicians Institute was founded in 1976 by Pat Hicks and Howard Roberts. The Musicians Institute is a full-time vocational school. It began as the Guitar Institute of Technology, which grew out of Howard's nationwide guitar seminars. The question always came up after these seminars, where is training like this available on a full-time basis? Guitar players got their answer in 1977, when GIT began classes. In response to requests from around the world, the Bass Institute of Technology was founded in 1978, and the Percussion Institute of Technology in 1979. Students come here from all over the world. They come for as many reasons as there are players, ranging from wanting to make a career in music to putting finishing touches on their playing. MI accommodates them all styles, all backgrounds, and all levels. Musicians Institute, located at 6757 Hollywood Boulevard, covers 27,000 square feet and includes 3 performance halls, 7 classrooms, 35 private study and counseling labs, and videotape and multi-track recording studios, each of which is fully equipped with all necessary amplifiers, drums, PA equipment, keyboards, and music stands. The library, from which students may check out records and transcriptions, is the center of our videotape system. There's a student store for accessories, books, and music magazines, a student lounge, and a snack bar. MI is fully accredited by the National Association of Schools of Music and participates in federal and state financial aid programs, as well as being approved for veterans. The school is open weekdays from 8 a.m. until 1 a.m. and weekends from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. In the evenings and on weekends, students come back for rehearsals, practicing, woodshedding assignments, and review of video lessons. Musicians Institute employs as its instructors a group of the finest professional players in the world, like Joe Diorio, seen here. Howard Roberts gives valuable advice to MI incoming students.
So we have a different situation here. You're here because you want to walk out the back end with what it was you came here to get. You're not here to satisfy the rules of the State Board of Education. You're not here to rise to the occasion of the administrative staff. All right? You're not here to meet my expectations. You have much tougher expectations. You have your own.
Students enrolled at the Institute take a 1-year full-time program, 5 days a week, 6 to 12 hours a day, designed to equip them to handle any musical situation, from club performance and studio recording to teaching, arranging, writing, and the music business. The curriculum incorporates a busy daily schedule, including video lessons, private lessons, classroom instruction, and live playing workshops. The latest advancement in the learning process at MI is the use of video. By using videotaped lessons, the students are able to receive the information at their own pace and at a time of day that is best suited to them individually. They can slow the tape down and go back over sections as often as they need to. As a result, the student assimilates a lot of information at a greatly accelerated rate. Each video lesson is reinforced by a weekly private lesson and a live master class. In the private session, any questions that may have arisen from the video lessons are answered and explored in depth by the student and a private counselor.
C minor 755. Yeah, I'm going to try that. For some reason, that whole bar just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, instead of the E flat minor 7, you could play the C minor 7, G minor 755.
G going to the A.
Shown here is a student in a private lesson with Bob Magnuson. The student is able to ask questions not only about the video lessons, but can work on his own personal projects, whether it be scales and arpeggios or bowing techniques, or the latest top 40 hit from last night's gig.
Da 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 da.
The next part of the process is a master class, in this case with Joe Porcaro. Here the students and the instructor meet to review and discuss applications of the video lesson material and how to use it in a gig situation. In addition to the video lessons, private sessions, and the master classes, students also take part in daily applied reading and ear training sessions. Students sight read charts as a group, a sort of daily calisthenic. Instructor Chaz Grasamke explains.
What we go for is progressively building a person through the disciplines of keeping up, either in a group situation or in a studio situation. That is keeping meter, knowing where a person is at in the tune at all times. Even if we don't play a note, knowing where one is and knowing where the end of bar 32 is. The ear training exposes people to a lot of the modern harmonies that are used in today's music, hearing extensions, hearing intervals, and anyone who shows up at these classes, I find, just through being exposed to different root movements and progressions or what have you, there's been a marked improvement in people's general hearing abilities.
Yeah, so look. How are we doing? Okay, so side, play the melody one. Who's gonna play the melody one? I will. Okay, got it. Boom. Would you like to take first solo? That's what I thought. So 2 choruses, right? You 2 choruses, and Ed Wilson will play a couple choruses, and we'll do some 8s and 12s with the drums.
8s like that.
Yeah, like you. So your concern is make the changes, especially this E major to C7. Do it best you can there, and also these last 4 bars. See if you can hit that. See if you can hit any part of that B diminished chord. You know, that's the part I'm looking for. This major going to minor, going to 3, going to B.
Every step in the learning process at Musicians Institute leads to one goal: playing. The live playing workshops at MI are designed to let the student learn by doing. When the students feel comfortable with the idea of playing in front of people, they are encouraged to perform as often as possible. An instructor is always on hand to give help in choosing a tune, rehearsing the group, arranging the chart, and improvising. The live playing workshops take place all year and cover the full spectrum of styles: rock, fusion, pop, jazz, country. Once a week, a big band plays at MI using MI rhythm sections, further expanding the students' professional qualifications. Tom Tedesco heads up the studio musicians training program for all 3 schools. He hosts some of the top studio people in the country, like studio pole-winning percussionist Steve Schaefer, #1 studio bass player Chuck Berghofer, Grammy Award winner Jay Graydon, and many others. Together, they offer their insights on how to make a living playing in the studios. Also, throughout the year, arrangements will be made for the students to go on a studio date and observe firsthand these pros in action.
Let me tell you about my great blowing it story at MGM years ago. I got the call to do this picture, you know. First of all, I just started doing some studio work. This guy called me and he said, "Boy, I like the way you play, thanks. Can you be at MGM?" Now, at the time, it's not $500, it's like $100. So I went to MGM for $100. Boy, I love this. Studio work, 5 of us. Love the studio work. Call me back a few weeks later. Oh, boy, I love studio work. Man, $100 for this. Yeah, I make it 12 at the joint. I love it. Now they call me back one time, and here the whole room is loaded. There's about 60 musicians. And I'm looking in, and where's the guitar set? Over there in that corner. So I go sit in the corner. Now I look at the part, and it's something like this. For 4 bars. Couple double notes, couple. I'm looking. The only problem is it starts at bar 95. I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? I figured out. Now they're going, okay, let's go, and the guy's gone. Now, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's going. Yeah. I'm still from the nightclubs. I mean, hey, there's that chick. Hey, how you doing? You know, I'm still a nightclub guy. Hey, how you doing? Guys, come on over, you know. And so in the meantime, when he did this, and there was no noise, I said, oh, I knew there must be a bar 95. He goes, there's nobody. I said, you know. Where's the guitar? Here. Well, we're at bar 95. Aren't you supposed to play? Yes, sir, sorry. Okay, now I'm starting to, the little shake. I call it a little shake if it starts here. And it starts moving, see? Now I'm getting to this. Okay, let's take him bar 95. 1, 2, 3, 4. He goes like this, and I go, oh. Now you can forget it. The little shake develops into an earthquake. You know, now the knees are gone, the body's gone. You know. Now 70 musicians turn and stare. Now you're sitting there and everybody's staring. Now I want Douglas Aircraft again. I'll go back to Douglas. Where's the dart? Let me out of this mess. I'm absolutely panicked. You know, 95. There ain't no way. Okay, forget it. Let's go to 100. You know. I'm like this for 3 hours. You know, I can't wait to get the hell out of there. So it happens. And like I say, that was the end of me at MGM for a couple of years.
So I think it would be great if we took, say, the tune Rosanna and kind of go step by step of how, at least I think we can recall how we came about with certain sections of that tune, why each of us picked certain parts and certain grooves, and our approach to them, and why the end vamp seemed to groove as it did.
On a regular basis, students take time out from their busy schedules to listen to the pros on MI's visiting faculty tell how they do it. Players like Mike Porcaro, Steve Lukather, David Page, Steve Porcaro, and Jeff Porcaro of the group Toto, shown here, as well as Edward Van Halen, Abe Laboriel, Bill Bruford, Steve Smith, Larry Carlton, Pat Metheny, Steve Morse, Emil Richards, Alfonso Johnson, and Nancy Wilson.
Nancy Wilson.
The philosophy at Musicians Institute is summed up by school president Pat Hicks.
It's a complete, thorough education in 1 year. And it's taught by some of the finest musicians in the world. Fortunately for us, we picked Hollywood as the place to conduct this school. And we did that because it's where many great players congregate. Because this is the music capital of the world. The studios, the nightclubs, the concert halls, the motion pictures, the television. There's just, this town is teeming with musical activity and therefore teeming with great musicians. And we draw upon these great musicians to come here and teach and in some cases put on seminars. For example, in our guitar school, we've got, as some of our staff members, people like Tom Tedesco, Howard Roberts, Joe Pass, Robin Ford, Don Mock, Ron Eschte, Joe DiOrio, and many, many more. I would love to name them all. The bass school, we've got people like Jeff Berlin, Bob Magnuson, Timmy Bogert, Paul Farnan, people like that. These people are the finest in the business, and we're extremely lucky that they're here, that we can get our hands on them. Drum school is Joe Porcaro, Ralph Humphrey, Efren Toro, Dave Krieger, Steve Houghton, Chuck Flores.
At the heart of the school are the students. Let's find out what they have to say.
That was the thing that really impressed me here, is that the teachers always seem to have the attitude of wanting to give and never putting anybody down for where they were at, and just saying, you're here, let's facilitate things so you can get to a higher level and realize your goals. And that's real. That's not hype. That's great for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of camaraderie and a lot of friendships that are formed real quick. For one thing, most musicians, I think, we sometimes can feel a bit ostracized by the general public at large anyway. And the fact that we're all into doing one thing brings people together anyway. I'm going to miss a lot of the people I know already, you know, that I'm not going to see when I leave here. But I think that I think it's really necessary to realize that you're not in a rowboat by yourself. You know, there are other musicians that are all striving to do the same thing.
I want to be in a casual band and make money on the weekends, mega weekend money.
You can have my job when I get a
and play
record
all
deal.
kinds of music because I want to play it all.
Yeah, to do studio work, I want to start doing a lot of clinics and seminars working for Yamaha. I just signed an endorsement with them, and I want to start working with those people.
I want to headline the US Festival.
Here's GIT graduate Sally Station.
But the opportunity to play with musicians from all over the world, from all over this country, is something that I really don't think you can find anywhere else. And no one makes you feel uncomfortable about whether you're a beginner or whether you're a great player. Everyone is just a player. And the only thing you really need to have when you come in is this desire to play and a desire to learn.
And finally, after a year of hard work, the student is really ready to play.
Let's have a big hand for Scott Henderson. Scott Henderson.
Here, graduate Scott Henderson joins faculty members Ron Eschtail on guitar, Jeff Berlin on bass, Ralph Humphrey on drums, and Efren Toro on percussion.